with him. We're simulating that the target aircraft, he's to the right side of the F-16 as you see. We're trying to get his attention with a series of wing rocks that the F-16 is performing at this time. So the target aircraft is flying along, blissfully unaware that he's entered an airspace, so we will send up the fighter aircraft to do just this, and hopefully the pilot's looking out his wing and he sees an F-16 that's maneuvering in an odd sort of way, and that should trigger him to go, I may be doing something I shouldn't be. The wandering pilot. In this situation, we're going to simulate that he's following him around, but in reality, he has not reacted to any of the first calls and the first attempts to gain his attention. So what's going to cause NORAD? We're starting to get a little bit more interested about this aircraft, and the next pass we're going to demonstrate something that shows us we got a little bit more intent on figuring out what's going on here. So. I should add at this point, everything that you see, we're being flown by a qualified ACA pilot from Duluth. Everything that you see is exactly how we're going to do it for real. That first maneuver, again, we're just attempting to get attention by rocking the wings. Certainly not a normal procedure when you're just flying along and you see an F-16 pop up next to your wing.
Now, aside from the F-16, are there other aircraft that are involved in this interception?
Absolutely. NORAD flies a multitude of airframes throughout both the United States and Canada. In the United States, you'll see either F-16s, F-15s perhaps. They're starting to bring the F-35 online to do the job. If you're up in Canada and you're doing something like this, you're going to be intercepted by a CF-18 itself. One of the other things that we can do if you're in certain areas around Washington, D.C., for example, we'll fly a Coast Guard helicopter that's really good at flying low and slow.
So as we watch the F-16 come by with the Baron, obviously there's a huge speed difference between the two. So how do they train to be able to get slow enough to get down to the general aviation speeds?
That's a great question. A lot of the general aviation pilots think that we can't stay with them, but the kicker here is we'll fly with two aircraft. So you'll have the first one coming up. He's attempting to find out the situation, what the situation in the cockpit may be. It's his wingman that's about 3 miles behind that's doing a long, slow weave behind that's keeping his eyes on the situation. That's the guy you got to worry about, the one you can't see.
Always got to check things, right?
Absolutely. So what you're going to see on this second pass is NORAD now is, we're a little bit more concerned about the situation. So we're going to do a maneuver called a headbutt. You can start to see the F-16 gradually making his right-hand turn around here. This maneuver is really designed to show NORAD means business. So he's going to fly alongside, continuing his ring walks, and he's going to eventually cross the nose of the aircraft while dispensing flares. Now, owing to the altitude we're at right now, we're going to do flares, but you will see a afterburners lit, so that's going to certainly give attention to the aircraft. And when you have an F-16 or whatever other fighter aircraft that's up there, cross your nose, almost co-altitude. I should add, this is all done in a safe manner. That really gets your attention of, I think I should be listening to this fellow right now. So there's wing rocks right now. Again, he's trying to get his attention, but he's then going to turn across the nose in a direction that we want the aircraft to follow. We're going to simulate that we have the fellow's attention, and he has followed our fighter aircraft. He's done his right-hand turn off to the east in this situation, and the next pass is we're going to be directing him to land.
Now, is intercept like this for every kind of TFR, or there's different
There's different TFRs out there. All GA pilots know that there's TFRs situated all around the country. It could be over a forest fire, it could be over a ball game or something to that effect. The ones that NORAD are concerned about are the special security ones. So Washington, D.C. Special Flight Rules area, as well as the President of the United States whenever he's traveling. We always have a 30-mile ring around them, and those are the ones that we at NORAD are concerned about. We may do other special events, Super Bowl, State of the Union, but we focus on the security-minded TFRs.
So the good question is, I mean, we see the intercept, and this is really the end of a bad day for a general aviation pilot. So for those of us who fly, how do we avoid having an F-16 come to a headbutt at us?
Well, that's a great question, and the fact that it's all incumbent upon the GA pilot. Proper planning, proper procedures, thinking things out, mission planning, that's what's going to stop this. Out of all these incursions that we do, I'm going to say 99% that we go out and intercept are a GA pilot that either got lazy, they just didn't follow through on the steps that they should really be doing in order to fly safely. And as a result of that, we have to spend all our taxpayers' money and all these resources to go out and intercept these people that really the GA pilot could have stopped before he even took off.
Very good advice. Now, when they, what we're hoping is this pilot who's made the incursion is going to land. How do you select where they're going to land? Are there certain airports that you try to get them to?
We'll put them down at pretty well any airport, but what you can expect when if you're that guy that has been forced down is, our mission at NORAD may be done. We have attempted to figure out the intentions of this aircraft. There's still a process to be played out. So there's security aspects that are going to be involved. Depends where you are. You may be talking to Secret Service. You could be talking to the FBI. But if this does happen to you and you're directed to land, you're going to be told to stay put until security in some aspect is going to come out and talk to you. Again, to figure out whether this is just an accident or maybe there was something of nefarious intent. So as mentioned, the pilot today we're flying, we have a Lieutenant Colonel Grant Brown, call sign Grunt. He's the commander of the 148th Fighter Wing in Duluth. The fighter wing itself has a long established history starting in 1948. They moved to Duluth in 2013, but through their years they've flown a multitude of fighter aircraft that have been in the U.S. Air Force inventory. Right now they're using the F-16 and they're doing a fine job with it.
And we also have one other F-16 from the 148 that arrived yesterday. It's in the very special 75th anniversary paint scheme.
Absolutely. It's over at the Boeing Plaza right now, and come see it. So here you've got the direct to land. The bad guy is he's finally coming down, realized the mistake of his ways today, and the F-16 is going to make sure that he does that.